I call the next part of the Dinner Special podcast the pressure cooker. I'm going to ask you 7 fast and fun questions that we want to know your answers to. Are you up for it?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool. Number one, which food shows or cooking shows do you watch?
So I'm a huge fan of Chopped. I have it in my mind that they should do a Chopped blogger version. I really like Chopped. I like to watch diners, drive-ins, and dives. There's like a lot. There's always a lot of Nashville places on there, so I think that one's fun. We don't have cable, so I don't watch a ton of food shows, but we do. My husband's really he loves watching Mind of the Chef, so we've watched that a lot. And I know that to go on a side tangent, at one point, the one of the chefs that ran the show, blanking on his name, but he is the head chef of a restaurant here in Nashville called Husk. That's one of my absolute favorite restaurants.
Cool.
So yeah, Chopped and Mind of the Chef are two of my favorites.
Great. Number two, what are some food blogs or websites we have to know about?
Some food blogs or websites. So I already mentioned Joy the Baker's blog. I absolutely love it. Who else do I really like? I'm a really big fan. So I will be honest that for me, food blogs are a lot about the photography. So my favorite food blogs are mostly my favorite food blogs because of the photography. So there's a food blog called Local Milk, and I think she caught my eye because she's local. She lives in Chattanooga and does a lot in Nashville, so in the same state as me. And her photography is just the most beautiful photography to me. And she does also have really beautiful, or really great recipes on her blog. I've made quite a few. And I also really like My Name Is Yeah. She does I want to say mostly baking, but she definitely does other stuff. Those are for sure some of my favorites.
Great. Number three, who do you follow on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, or Snapchat that make you happy?
Oh man, I have not gotten into Snapchat. I tried. Literally, the only person I've ever Snapchatted is my husband. um, I keep saying I'm going to get more into that. That and Periscope. I haven't even downloaded Periscope yet. But I'm really big on Instagram. Again, just going back to the whole food photography thing. I just love picture. I'm a very visual person, and I love the pictures. So I almost want to say these are going to be kind of the same answers. Local Milk has really beautiful pictures, so I love looking at hers. Who else? I follow this one account called The Wild Idea, and it's a Tennessee account, and it's actually a dog, but it's the same thing. His pictures are very like beautifully done, and I love that. So again, it's a lot about the photography for me. The Wild Idea. Those are the main ones that are coming to my mind.
Okay, cool. Number four, what is the most unusual or treasured item you have in your kitchen?
Unusual item in my kitchen, man. I will say I got when we were. I have this spinny thing that you put eggs on, and it sits on the countertop, and I've never been able to use. I never could use it because in America, we refrigerate our eggs and you keep them in the carton. And so about 6 months ago, earlier this season, we got chickens, which has been such a great fun experience. And so now I'm able to keep the eggs out on the counter. And I don't know if that's at all what you had in mind, but I love something about that to me is like I love walking in my kitchen and seeing this it's like this circular thing where the eggs go around it. When you take one egg off, the rest like spiral down.
Oh,
And I
cool.
just it's a neat thing to me. Like I just love that I have my own chickens and that I have the eggs in the kitchen. Like I love it. Like it's a really cool thing to me. I like to brag about my chickens.
Do they have names?
Yes, they do.
What are their names?
Ursula, Jasmine, Ruby, Matilda, and Aurora.
Wow, you
I
have
started out I started out with a Disney theme and then deviated from there. Yeah.
cool. Number five, name one ingredient you used to dislike that you now love.
Okay. Well, this is going back a little bit, but when I was a child, I absolutely hated peanut butter. Like I hated peanut butter. I don't know why, and now I love it. I do. I have a lot of peanut butter recipes on my blog. I have a peanut butter pie that's the one. It's one of my most popular recipes, and I don't know. I have no idea why. Like the smell of peanut butter made me sick. I couldn't stand it, but I absolutely love it. I want to say a lot. There are a lot of spices. I never really cooked with spices until I feel like I got in my like mid 20s, early mid 20s, and now it's like I'm obsessed with spices. Like I just like love like messing around with them, and yeah,
Great. Number
yeah.
six, what are a few cookbooks that make your life better?
Oh, ooh, I'm gonna repeat myself here. I have both of Joy the Baker's cookbooks, and I absolutely love them. I think she's working on a third one, a brunch issue. But I have a cookbook of hers that's, I want to say it's called Homemade Decadence, but it's awesome because it's funny if you go back and look at my earlier posts from when I first started, I often referenced how much baking made me nervous. Like I love to cook, but baking it was such a complicated thing for me, which kind of goes back to the macaroons. But that one was a great thing for me because I was able to kind of just like take some of her recipes, and I think she does a great job of spelling it out. We also have, which is a cookbook of my husband's, just the joy of cooking, which is different than Julia Child's book, but just the joy of cooking, and it has like every recipe you can imagine. I want to say it's at least 500 pages, if not a lot more. I'm not really sure, but it's a ton, and it has just everything you can imagine. It doesn't have more like popular or like more like modern stuff in it. Like I don't think it has anything quinoa in there, but it's got like every kind of like main dish, every kind of bread, every kind of dessert you can imagine, and it's an awesome go-to. It's been a fun way for me to experiment. Like my husband and I sometimes will literally just be like, we want to cook a dessert. Let's do something we've never done before, but that we should know how to do. Like just like I made a cheesecake for the first time recently, and so it's just been neat having that cookbook. I highly recommend that one. I think it's a good bit of money, maybe like $50, but it's like everything you could ever want to cook, from like fried chicken to cheesecake to just every kind of bread. It's awesome.
Well, it's a good foundational cookbook so that you
Yeah,
could sort of build upon them once you learn the
yeah,
basic recipes, I guess,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, for someone who's like just starting out cooking or baking, I highly recommend that. It's a great place to start.
Great. And finally, number 7, what song or album just makes you want to cook?
Oh gosh. Well, it's funny you asked this. I don't know if you noticed, but I just started this thing on my blog. It was really random, but I started like last week actually. I was like, I'm gonna do a song for every day. So every time I post a recipe, I post a just a you. I didn't wasn't sure how to do it, so I've just been posting a YouTube video, and it's like I'm like, this is the Bake Along song. And I told the story of how I love to listen to songs on repeat. So I often do. I just will put something on, and whatever catches my attention, I'll hit that repeat button, and it'll play the entire time that I'm cooking and photographing. And I think it drives my husband crazy, but it kind of like keeps me going. I've been really into lately Lucy Rose. She's a British musician, and I think I heard her in like an episode, an HBO, something on HBO. Like she was like in the end credits, and I like Googled the song, and I've been really into her recently.
Cool.
Lucy
Lucy
Rose.
Rose, right?
Yeah, she's really good.
Cool. Well, congratulations, Brita. You have officially survived the pressure
Yay.
cooker.